life again. Thank you so much for watching. Today we are going to be doing a 3 different knit headbands. And I got this idea basically because I had these little bits of yarn left over from other projects, and I just wanted to use them up. And God knows I love a headband, so there you go. So here's the first one in green. It's done in 2 yarns held together and knit on, let's see, what size needle is this? It's a 15. So it's a nice fat 10 millimeter needle. I think I cast on 6, and I just knit garter stitch all the way until it got to almost around my head, and then this is so sassy looking. I machine stitched the elastic on here, and I did 2 strips of the elastic because it gives me more control over where I can place it. And okay, the second headband, I just knit pretty much all of the yarn that I had left on this little ball, and this is, you can see, it's very loosey-goosey there. And I did this on the 15s as well. And this one you can just tie it around and, well, tie it evenly and not all jiggity-jack like this one. And I usually just tie it in, I don't even have to tie it in a knot. It stays. And I like this, and I've gotten compliments on it, and it works well to add a little color. And the one thing you want to be careful about when you're choosing your yarn is to not get something that's 100% cotton or 100% wool. I've made that mistake a lot of times, and then you go and you tie something like this on, or you put something like this on, and then, you know, half an hour later it expands and it's flopping off your head, and you're trying to tie it tighter, and yeah. So this one is I think it's a cotton acrylic blend. It's either a cotton acrylic blend or a wool acrylic blend. It's the GGH Goa. This one I'm not sure what it is. I think I got it from Knit Picks, but I can't be 100% sure, and I don't have the ball band, so it just didn't feel like cotton, so it's worked well. And this one, it looks like I knit about, I cast on about 10 stitches and just knit. It's all garter stitch. So that's the very basic of knitting, which is nice because it took me so many years to learn how to purl. I could not purl without like dropping the stitch off. So it's nice to know that you can make something with just garter stitch. Okay, so this is the one I'm gonna show you today. This is 3 strands of this Moda Dea Sassy Stripes, and it's thin. It's only 4 stitches long. It went super quick. I timed it out. It took me an hour. And I was watching TV, and I would stop periodically. So it took me an hour to do the whole thing. I don't know if I'm a fast knitter or not. I just knit like me. And I did this also on the 15s, and just cast on 4. And I'm just going to show you, I don't have too many knitting tips and tricks other than just knit it and get it done. But somebody did tell me the way to make sure that your ends are even when you're just working back and forth, like maybe you're making a scarf, is that you want to slip the first stitch instead of knitting it. So normally you would knit this stitch and pull it off the needle, and you'd have a knit stitch there. This one, we're just going to put our needle in like we're going to knit, and then just slip it off, and then knit the following stitches. 1, 2, 3. So there you go. And there's my first slip stitch. And you can see here, the reason we do that is, see this stitch, it's kind of, you know, Lucy there. Woo! So we're going to turn it, start our other direction, and slip that stitch. And then you can kind of adjust the tension on it by pulling this one and knit the subsequent stitches. So as you knit, and you can kind of pull your knit part and sort of block it on the needle, so to speak. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm a little scared to talk to you guys about knitting because I'm not like a regular knitter. I don't know. Well, you'll see that eventually. I'm not a regular anything, let's be honest. So I slipped the first stitch and knitting the following 3. So that helps it go fast too, because you're only knitting 3 stitches per row on this. And, if you decide that you wanted to, this one is 4 stitches across, this one is 10 stitches across, and this one is 6. Those are just numbers I picked as I cast on, and I thought, well, how wide do I want this to be? So if you want to do 5 stitches, if you want to do 12 stitches, live it up. Okay, so if you're interested in this project and you do not know how to knit, I will link in the description box to not only the products that I've used today, but also to some good knitting videos for you to watch. Because I know I don't knit in the typical way, so sometimes it's hard to follow me from video. So I will link to much clearer knitters than I. Okay, so if you have any questions, go ahead and ask me below in the comments. And if you have some knitting challenges, I would love to hear them, and I will hopefully have an answer for you. So. You're going to need 2 short lengths of elastic, a needle and straight pins, and thread to match your yarn. Thread your needle. Cut 2 lengths of elastic that work with the size of your headband. Pin the elastic into place. It helps keep it steady while you're stitching. Sometimes it just wiggles around and gets in the way, so having it pinned down just helps you with your sewing, helps it go faster. So stitch that elastic into place securely. You want to make several passes through the elastic and making sure that you tug on it a couple of times to make sure that it's secure, because it's going around your head and you don't want one end to flip up and hit you in the face later on, do you? Maybe you do. I'm not judging. I don't live your life. I don't walk in your shoes. You want to make sure that you get all 4 ends of the elastic, and when you move to the other side to attach it to the other end of the band, make sure you keep the elastic straight, because you don't want it to be curled and be uncomfortable while you're wearing it. You can do this with 1 strip of elastic on a band this narrow, but 2 just felt more secure to me. It's up to you. Also, this can be machine stitched, which I'll show you later right after we finish this one. But you can see it's not necessary to complete the project. You don't have to have the sewing machine. If you don't, you can still knit your band, sew on your elastic, and you're all good. Okay, so I'm here at my sewing machine with my green headband, and I'm just going to show you how I stitch the elastic on. I cut it longer than I needed it to be, and I'm just going to pin it into place because it's going to be tricky because the knit is such a wide stitch and such a heavy fabric. So I want about 1.5 to 2 inches of elastic. So I've pinned there, and I brought the camera in a little closer so you can kind of see, and I'm trying to do this at an angle which is uncomfortable. So yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna try to stitch it. I start stitching off, so here, but you have to be careful that each of it goes under the presser foot. So you might need to adjust. And I go till I just hit the edge of the elastic, and then I remove the pin. So then I know it's attached. So you're gonna have to go slowly to get that to happen. And reverse. And forward. And you can see I'm not going back over the same section that I just did. So I'm making like a zigzag of running stitches. And how you set this up, how tight or how loose it is, how much elastic you use, it's all up to your own personal preferences. So all 4 ends of your elastic to your headband. You're not going to go as fast as me, but you'll get there. So I'm satisfied with that. So there you have my headband. Nice new headband, easy. Uses up little pieces of yarn. You can use, you can make it a really quick project where you're stitching with a lot of yarns, maybe 3 yarns together. This is 2 very thick yarns held together. And this was all I had. So I think that that's a fun little project to use. I like to try to use everything that I have. I don't like to throw perfectly good stuff away. Unfortunately, it means you look like a hoarder. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you make yourself lots of headbands and you're popping them all over town this summer and looking groovy, just like me. And as always, please subscribe, comment, and like, and share. Share this video with your crafty friends. Share my channel. We can all be crafty friends together. It'll be fun. So, bye. Thanks.